Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. This is it, the home of the slightly above average ship review. All right, got another ship that is on sale right now during Red August or Autumn or whatever it is. Red Autumn, let's go with that. All right, we're here on Fault Line, capture the base match, and we're in the sister ship of the Maxim Gorky. We are going to be in the Molotov Tier 5 Premium Can a long time ago. But now since the Gorky's out, hey, let's review the sister ship, the Molotov. Played around with different commanders in this, but my best games come with Kuznetsov, so that is who is in the ship for this game. There is the Molotov. Gotta say, I love the camo paint scheme on the Molotov. It actually survived the war and survived through most of the Cold War. I want to say they renamed it and then took it out of service in the early 70s. You can see we're here on Fault Line. We are top tier. Enemies got a kamikaze and some other ships. There are no aircraft carriers, which is good because I don't think the ship reacts well to carrier based airplanes. All right, so we're cruising off in the Molotov. Look, I've said many times, not really a fan of cruisers. Maybe if I had done nothing but play this ship all weekend, I could have got a better game for you guys. But I think this is still a pretty good game. So we decided to roll out with it here. I'm just kind of shadowing this destroyer here. Don't want to go too far up, but on the other hand, I do actually want to see the enemy. There's an enemy I want, the Omaha, which is a floating citadel. Although, let's be honest, I'm also a floating citadel. Not saying that was good aim, because it probably wasn't. And I'd hoped to have the Omaha all to myself, but no, that's not the case. As you can see, the aiming bug's still alive and well in World of Warships Legends. All right, there's some good hits. 4 penetrations. The Omaha helpfully goes full broadside. Yes, sir, I will take that. And you will take that. 3 citadels, devastating strike. First blood? No, not first blood. All right, kill number 1. All right, Oklahoma over there on the other side of the island, but I feel confident there's another ship there, another Omaha. All right, so let's just go around the corner. See what I mean about this camo job? Amazing, isn't it? All right, so you watch my Gorky video, good armor piercing, um, like 8-second reload maybe. Definitely a strong ship. You want to terrorize these broadside cruisers just like that. I think that other ship shot him right after we shot him, so he's dead. Checked in the middle here, Oklahoma. I am going to shoot a little bit of armor piercing into the superstructure and then switch to HE. But again, this is a ship where I want to be shooting a lot of armor piercing due to the properties of the armor piercing in this ship and a lot of other ships. But, you know, battleship that far away, we'll shoot some HE. I want to say I believe my range with this build is 17, thankfully, 17.1 kilometers. It might go as far as 18.5 if refill station is active. Um, but I'm going to say 17.1 because that's what our detectability is at. All right, we set the Oklahoma on fire. I don't think this ship is a great fire starter, although it's not terrible for a cruiser. We're not having any problem with accuracy or getting damage, although granted, this is Kuznetsov, so he's going to be the most accurate of your cruiser commanders. Don't know about Ivan Delightful. I don't have any plans to purchase Ivan Delightful. But yeah, anyway, the Oklahoma's dead. We set him on fire again. All right, kind of looking around. Queen Elizabeth. I want to say originally I was going to go around this island, but I cut my propulsion here and double back, if I'm remembering correctly. I don't know what I was shooting there, just blind shooting. We gonna cut the propulsion and double back. All right, there we go. All right, so while we're doing that, because this isn't going to be very fast, who's going to like the Molotov? Well, people who like Russian cruisers are going to like the Molotov. I want to say, you could do damage with HE or AP with the Molotov. Um, so, it's not constrained to armor piercing, but you are going to get good armor piercing properties, just like in the Gorky, just like in the, gosh, like Katovsky. You think I would remember a ship I had a 7 kill game in. So there's that. You can see you don't have a lot of consumables. You got a couple radars, you got 3 planes. There aren't any other options. Um, you don't have good AA. So if were expecting to do good things AA wise, that doesn't mean you can't shoot down airplanes, but you just aren't going to do as well as a lot of other ships with better AA. So if you love Russian ships, you could get the Molotov. If you love cruisers, you could get the Molotov. And by the way, that's if you didn't get the Admiral Makarov. I mean, between the two of them offensively, I like the Admiral Makarov a little bit more. I think the Molotov is more balanced, if that makes sense. And that's just my opinion. If I said, "Oh, I'm going to a match with lots of cruisers and I want to rip them up," I'm going to take the Admiral Makarov. If I said I'm going into a match and I don't know what it's going to be and I want to be able to adapt, then I think the Molotov's a little better at that. You can see we are having no problem getting these broadside citadels on the Devonshire, and we're going to finish her off right there with a couple more. Up to 9 citadels killed. Number 2. We are going to launch. Did we launch? I don't think we did because we are not close enough. Our secondaries kick in. Amazing. All right, so we switched to HE for the Queen Elizabeth. Just trying to get in torpedo range here, and I'm not expecting to survive this encounter. So my only goal is to literally get torpedoes off. Although we have a massive torpedo range of, I want to say, 4 kilometers. So that's not going to happen. That salvo puts us over 90K. We get the high caliber. Queen Elizabeth going to turn into our broadside of HE. And again, somebody else finishes, the Omaha finishes her off by flooding. Well, that's not very nice. All right, kamikaze over here. There's a cruiser to our starboard bow. I am going to turn to port and try to engage the kamikaze. Port, by the way, means left. Easy way to determine port from starboard if you're a landlubber, someone who never goes out in the water. Port has 4 letters like left. That's the easiest way to associate port from starboard. All right. Maybe there's another way. That's the way I know. All right. We're coming around this island here. I will say I think the Molotov is a very low profile. And I'm not sure about a concealment build. We'll talk about that in the port afterwards, but I think it is a very low profile ship. I think it maybe appears lower in the water than the Gorky a little bit. I don't know, maybe, which would be kind of funny because they're supposed to be the exact same ship. All right, headed into the smoke screen. How many kills have we had pinched from us? 2. All right. So last ship left is the Kamikaze, the Scourge of Tier 4. Lighten them up. Look at that. Confederate metal. You can launch those torpedoes, sir. I'm not interested. And here comes the reload, and somebody else finishes them off. All right, so if it weren't for all the kill pinching, we might have a crack in this thing. All right, here we are at the victory screen 98,266 total damage, 2 kills, 9 hits to Citadel. Got the Confederate medal, the Devastating Strike medal, the High Caliber medal, 329,000 plus silver, 4625 ship XP, and Commander XP. Someone who is more knowledgeable about cruisers can probably explain the true differences between this and the Makarov. There we are at the top of the board, 2371. 3 medals, 2 kills. Good team effort. First 5 players on the board all have kills, so that's good. Um, solid game. All right, let's go look at the upgrades for the Molotov. We got the aiming system mod 1 and the steering gears mod 2. We have 2 charges of the sonar, and it's a very short 4 kilometer range, and 3 catapult fighters. We are running that common battle booster for movement speed, and I have no idea what I could possibly be talking about there. Although maybe I don't think it's necessary. Permanent camo and the Molotov flag. All right, 28,400 hit points with this build. We got those 3 triple 180 millimeter turrets, 17.1 kilometer firing range, 10.6 second reload, 21.5 second 180-degree turn time. HE shells 2,500 damage, 13% fire chance. Well, I guess it's not that bad. AP shells 4840 damage. You do have 6 secondary guns. They're just 100 millimeters. Firing range 4.7 kilometers. Reload every 4 seconds. 1400 HE shell damage and a 6% fire chance. So yeah, definitely wouldn't do a secondary build. All right, 2 triple tube launchers. Reload in 70 seconds. They do 14,400 damage. Just a 4 kilometer range at 65 knots. Detectability is 1,300 meters. Defensive purposes, island ambush. That's really the only reason you would use those. AA defense is pretty horrific. Your secondary guns don't count as AA. Maneuverability 37.1 knots, probably 36 without that speed boost flag. 860-meter turning circle. Rudder shift 6.3 seconds, so I don't think you should not use steering gears. Detectability 12.4 on the surface, 7.8 in the air, and 7 even when firing in smoke. Looking at the armor viewer, looks pretty similar to the Maxim Gorky. It's got that armor belt at the waterline in the middle of the ship there. Above water citadel, less heavily armored below the waterline on each side. As you can see there, there's nothing inspiring here. 13 millimeter bow, you know, glass cannon. You don't have a lot of room to work with here in terms of your survivability. Turrets are not armored, faces aren't sloped, barbettes aren't more heavily armored. This is just, garbage armor, especially above the armor belt there. All right, Commander, we got Kuznetsov here, level 16, legendary level 3, base trait, increases the main battery range. We got him inspired by Charles Madden for reload and turret traverse, and Mbelli for some more reload. And we got Beyond Range in row 1. Intuitive in row 2. I know that's probably an outlier. I just wanted a little RDF action. And like I said, in my opinion, the armor piercing is a strength. So I wouldn't blame you for using Igniter, but I wanted the RDF. So that's why I do not use Igniter on this commander. Punch through and fixated. And finally, refill station. All right, so that is the Molotov. Hope you enjoyed it. Channel growing tremendously. recording this, 65 viewers. Love the camo job. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that like. Thanks so much, boys and girls. See you on the next one.